How's it going, folks? Stu here. Same t-shirt as last video. Almost as if I'm shooting videos back to back in a very sweaty bedroom. Whilst it's hot outside here in the UK. It's exactly that. It's exactly that. How are gonna rain and make me sweat? Can we do something about this? We should probably talk about the thing you're here to watch, shouldn't we? That'd be a great idea. Together. It's a film which I just caught at the London Sundance Film Festival over the weekend. It's a film which I've been really excited to check out for a long time. But the question is, did I like it? What? What's going on? That might have been, I'm going to say it, the worst joke I've ever made on the channel. Together is directed by Nicole Beckwith and it stars the one and only Patti Harrison and Egg Helms. And if you don't know why I just called him Egg Helms, you're lost. You're lost to me. As I said, I was incredibly excited to check this one out because mainly I just love Patti Harrison. I genuinely think Patti Harrison might be one of the funniest people on planet Earth. So when I heard she was in a rom-com style thingy, I was absolutely game. And it turns out, it was an absolute delight. I had a lovely time with Together. Shall I tell you why? Apparently thought overly enthusiastic to the point of borderline creepiness school teacher was the way to go with this review now, so we're just gonna stick with that. Together is the story of a lonely man who once upon a time, I'm not doing the whole teacher thing, am I? Egg Helms plays a guy that wants a kid, but doesn't have a partner, is very lonely in his life, so he decides to go through the surrogate route. And the surrogate that ends up carrying his baby is played by Patti Harrison, and Together is basically just a look at their friendship that evolves throughout that 9-month pregnancy period. And if that sounds absolutely gosh darn lovely, it's because it is a very lovely time. I called it a rom-com thingy before, and the reason I didn't want to call it a rom-com is because it's not really a rom-com, even though it shares a lot of the sensibilities of a rom-com. It's really more of just a com. I think they're called comedies, aren't they? Because the relationship between the central characters is a wholly platonic relationship, which I thought was an incredibly refreshing thing to see on screen. It's not a relationship that we see explored enough, I think. And I just loved that this film was like, yeah, these two people aren't gonna fuck. We don't care. They're having a lovely time, and we can still get a lot of rich emotion out of this relationship. And I think I really like that simplicity about this film, because yeah, you know, it's a platonic relationship, but it never really goes down any hugely dramatic story beats. There's conflict in there, and there are definitely incidents that move characters in certain ways, but I like that it doesn't throw in like the big conventional things that we'd usually see in a rom-com. It is very much just kind of like, right, you have my baby in your belly, we're spending time together. Film. And Egg Helms and Patti Harrison are really great. I mean, I haven't actually seen a lot of Patti Harrison's acting work in any feature films. I don't know what feature films I've seen her in, let alone as a central leading character. And it was really lovely to see her take on a role like this. It's not the biggest goofy thing that you could ever imagine, which I think is what you would picture when you picture Patti Harrison in a central role. It was just normal, right? And that feels like a weird thing to have to point out as a good thing, but it's great. I loved seeing that. And Egg Helms I thought was really great in the film as well. A different role for him, I thought, which was always nice to see. And their relationship was always engaging to watch. And that also comes down to the writing of the film, which I believe Nicole Beckwith also wrote it as well as directed it. And she does a good job on the whole of landing a lot of that kind of awkward, mundane comedy that you expect from a Sundance comedy film, which can often feel kind of clunky and jarring and unengaging, uninteresting. There's absolutely a line that you can push it a bit too far where you're like, this is just awkward and I'm not really invested in anything going on here. Nicole Beckwith teeters that line quite well, I think, overall. I do think it does slip over it sometimes, but I think your enjoyment of the film overall is absolutely going to depend on how much you can sit through that very kind of awkward, cringy, quiet comedy style. Because when you say something is a comedy, you know, people are always like, if I'm not belly laughing, it was a bad comedy. But I think there's room for films which aren't making you laugh out loud, but just kind of making you do that nose exhale. It's just kind of like a, this is fun. There are obviously bigger laughs in there. A couple of moments where I even let out a, ha! Well, I didn't do it like that. I don't laugh like a maniac. All this to say, it was funny, but don't be disappointed if it doesn't completely make your belly laugh. Moved me as well. Like, it genuinely moved me by the end. Had tears in my eyes. And I like the way this film ends as well. It's one of those endings where immediately you're like, oh, I wanted to see more. But when you think about it, you're like, yeah, we didn't need to see more. Do I feel like I'm having a lovely time reviewing this film? I just noticed, like, in my tone of, I'm just, What a lovely time. Yeah, I was really warmed by Together Together. It was good. Fuck. I definitely recommend it if you're a fan of anyone involved in the film, like I was. I also recommend it if you're just a fan of a good old time. A nice, quaint time. And also, if you've ever had a friendship, you probably like it. Someone's gonna comment and say, fuck you, I don't have any friendships. Who are you? Fucking Joseph Stalin? If you are, what are you doing on... Get back in the ground, mate. Although, actually, he probably had friends. A lot of yes men. Methinks with Stalin. How do we get here? But what about you guys? Have you seen Together Together? Are you excited to see Together Together? Whatever you thought of Together Together, let me know below. I need to stop making that joke, and I can't do it. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see me talk about more shit, please consider clicking subscribe. Subscribe. Oh, I'm actually making myself laugh because what am I doing? This is stupid. Hit subscribe so you don't miss any future reviews. I'll see you guys very soon for more thoughts from films I saw at the Sundance Film Festival in London over the weekend. But until then, let's all have a happy, fun friendship time. Fuck!